Thank you, Lord Mayor. I have to say I found this report a little, I'd say, disappointing, frustrating. It does set out the mechanics of scrutiny regarding the WMCA, together with the impact for these arrangements on the devolution proposals, and the development of this is clearly important. And there's a very headline-based discussion of the future work programme of the Transport Delivery Overview and Scrutiny Committee. And we then have the WMCA's 5th annual report of their scrutiny work, which is useful again at a very high level. But what is missing on all of this is any commentary from Birmingham's perspective. Just as one example, there is the following statement under the heading of Investment and the Pace of Delivery. The 2041 net zero target was also reliant on improvements to the public transport offer. Well, that's hardly a particularly surprising statement, but the implication is that those improvements are not happening on time. And if so, what are the issues, and how do they play out in Birmingham, and what should we be doing or lobbying to be done about it? And again, on affordable housing supply, a critical issue for us, the report says there was an important need for genuine affordable housing, an improvement in the relationship between the WMCA, local authorities and developers to secure the delivery of a mix of tenure, and the importance of local infrastructure to support the increase in car ownership. Well, on the first part of this, again, it's perhaps a statement of the bleeding obvious, given where we are now. But how is it playing out in Birmingham specifically? And on the second part, would our Cabinet Member for Transport agree about the need to support an increase in car ownership? Finally, on deeper devolution, there is some interesting aspects of this which I welcome, but nevertheless, a lot of it is very thin gruel. On transport, what specifically are we getting here in Birmingham? A new local transport plan, some collaborative research, a regulatory sandbox, whatever that is. There is encouragement of net zero on buses. Great, but our main operator has already committed to only buying zero-emission vehicles quite some time ago. And there is an aspiration to have rail services delivered closer to the standards in London. Note, not at London standards, but closer. Well, of course, that can mean pretty well anything. Add it all up, and it doesn't sound like much, really. We're left hoping that we can get more specifics in future city region sustainable transport settlements. So there's a lot of important, really important stuff in this report, and a lot of obviously really important stuff that the WMCA is doing. But I do hope that in future reports to this council, we can have more information, more tailoring to what is going on in Birmingham specifically, and how what the WMCA is doing plays out on those issues. Thank you, Lord Mayor.
Thank you, Cllr Harmer.